Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a weekly pick a card reading. We have cards 1, cards 2 and cards 3. So I'm going to let you have a moment to figure out which card you feel more drawn to. See what our messages are for the week. How have you guys been doing? How are you feeling with the moon energy? And then we're coming up to Cancer season. Let me know how you've been feeling in the comment section below. I'm always interested to know how people are going or doing even, you know. So let's get started. We have 1, 2 and 3. So let's get started on cards 1. Let's see what the cards are saying for the week ahead. So the overall energy for the week ahead for cards 1 is the message. And I feel like okay, so this is a new deck for me. I'm just saying that I'm still learning about the houses and the planetary stuff. So I'm just going with this easy part for me here, which is the message, you know. If you understand what the houses are and stuff like that, you can go deeper into this message yourself and figure out where the third house is and what the third house means. But for me, the message for you guys this week is the message. So I feel like for you guys it's about how you're communicating, because I feel that the intention behind your words carry a lot of power, and I think that if you're trying to get your point across, sometimes it's good to come from a place of balance rather than acting out of emotion, or you know, just finding a balance. And I think that for you guys this week it's all about trying to communicate what you're trying to say, but instead of using words or like, you know, finding words out of a dictionary or, you know, the typical boring stuff is to actually put your intention into your words. What is your emotion? What is your energy behind the words? That's more important, I think, when you're trying to communicate. Like, what is your intention? What is your energy behind the words that you're using? And I think for you guys, it's about this week is to find that energy and to figure out how you're trying to communicate your messages, because I feel like you've been acting a little bit out of emotion at the moment, or have been acting out of emotion, and I think you're starting to realize that that's not really serving anybody, and that when we react out of emotion, usually we're not really heard and people don't take us seriously. So I feel like for you guys this week it's really focusing on how you're communicating and trying to get your message across. So yeah, okay, that's interesting. So we have the 5 of Cups and then the Page of Cups, and I feel like to not keep repeating yourself. Like I feel like you're bringing up the past a lot, and I think that the people that you're trying to communicate with at the moment, they're kind of over the past, and I feel like you're not. And I think that for you to be able to get your point across when it comes to this past situation is to kind of gather your cups first and then to create one cup. So instead of going into all these different like areas of, oh, this happened, this is why, blah, 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 blah. I feel that for you guys it's about gathering your cups together, figuring out what it is you want to say, and then coming at the conversation with one cup, with one situation. Like, you know, sometimes when we communicate or when we feel something or we're going through something, usually there's a lot of things that come together to build up to one emotion. And for you to figure out what that emotion is will be easier for you to then explain what it is you're actually trying to say. So if someone's been doing loads of little things that are pissing you off and the underlying emotion is anger, why do you feel angry? And then that's what you need to communicate. You don't need to go around the houses and, you know, fill up all these or look at all these cups and keep going into the past and then going, oh, but you did this and you did that. Figure out what was making you feel a certain way, and then bring that to the table and say, well, I felt like this because of this, and and communicate that way. And don't try and get into that. We all do it. Even the best of us do it. We get into that habit of speaking out of emotion, and instead of communicating to listen, we communicate to give advice, or we communicate to say something back. But I think for you guys this week, it's about learning to listen just as well as you can communicate this week. Try listening too, and actually try and have a back and forth conversation, like an actual conversation, rather than getting heated in the moment. And it's like you start off with a good point and then you end up in an argument and no one takes anybody seriously, and then you feel like you have to go back and bring up all of this stuff again because you're trying to make a point, and then the person that you're trying to communicate with doesn't care about your point because you keep saying the same thing over and over again. So this week, cards one, I feel like gather your cups, figure out what it is you want to say, have a set intention to what it is you want to say, and then communicate what it is that you want to communicate. Wow, that was intense, guys. Let me know if that resonated with you guys in the comment section below, and let me know how that goes for you if that is your message for the week. Let's have a look at cards 2 and see what is happening for you guys. We have C, and it comes up with Sagittarius. So first off, let's just kill the first message. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius this week, or you could be dealing with that kind of energy. And I think for you guys this week, your main focus is looking. Simple as that. I feel like seeing. It says I see. What are you seeing? Are you seeing the truth, or are you denying yourself of the truth and you're looking at everything but the truth? And I think that some of us have to take our rose-tinted glasses off this week, and we have to really look at what is happening around us, because sometimes we do put on the rose-tinted glasses and we're not seeing clearly, and I think this week for you guys it's about taking those rose-tinted glasses off and seeing what the truth actually is. And if you are dealing with a Sagittarius, this means that you might just have to swallow the truth pill, and that truth pill might just be that this Sagittarius is just an asshole. And that's fine. And if you are the Sagittarius, then maybe you're the asshole, and that's fine, but own it, and don't there feels like there's an underlying manipulative energy happening around this situation. Whatever this situation is for you guys, I feel like there's an underlying manipulative energy. And I think that for you, it's this week is to focus on what you can see, and to take off the rose tinted glasses, and to see the truth and see people for what it is, and not to be sidetracked by what might look beautiful or what might look ugly to you, because none of that matters at the end of the day. What matters is the truth, because the truth will always be the truth. Are you ready to see the truth? We shall find out. Yes, you are, because we have the King of Swords here, so you are ready to see the truth. And then, oh, okay, interesting message. So I feel like this week the focus is to see, and yes, I do feel like you're going to see the truth with this King of Swords here. But I also feel that once you do see this truth, you will decide to walk away, whether it's for a moment, whether it's for good. Only you can decide that, right? But the overall energy is you will find out what the truth is, because you will start looking, and you will realise what the truth is. And that truth is not your truth, and that's why you've had this conflict for a while with this person or this situation, is because it's not your truth and it doesn't resonate with you. And now you're starting to see that, and because you've seen the truth, it's now got you into this thing of, do I want to be here, or do I need to go off and figure out what I actually feel? Because this is cups, right? It's about emotions. So you could end up walking away and giving yourself some time to figure out how you actually feel about the situation. You might come back, because we are missing a cup, the next step is the 9 of Cups. So you could come back, and you could come back in a whole, you could have seen the light and you come back and you're ready now, or you could just keep walking. And that's absolutely fine too. But the fact of this week is you are going to see the truth, and that's fine. You are going to see the truth. And you could also be dealing with an air sign, let's keep it open, you know, let's not like seclude it to one person or one sign or something, you know. There's two signs here, Sagittarius, and then there's air signs, which is I was going to call it Sagittarius. I'm hungry, I need help. Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. And this is about talking your truth too. You want to talk your truth. So if you see the truth and it's not your truth, you need to say that it's not your truth. And you need to say that, look, I'm not okay with this anymore. And I need some time to figure out what is actually happening. And you need to put yourself first, because it seems like this other person is actually doing that themselves and putting themselves first. And it seems like you've been suffering for the longest time. So now it's about you're starting to see the truth. And once you do see that truth, you will go off and you will get your time and you will figure out how you feel. Whether you come back or not, that's your choice. But this week is all about seeing the truth. So I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's see what's happening for cards number 3. I feel like a game show host. So cards number 3, we have the seventh house and partners. Again, I'm going to say this is a new deck for me. I'm still trying to learn about the planets and the houses and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to take this on a deeper level and do your own research when it comes to the 7th house, please do so. But my focus is that it's the partners. And I think cards number 3, I think for the next couple of months even, do you know what, fuck it, I'm going to say a year. Don't hate the messenger, please don't. I'm just saying for the next year, it feels like there's going to be a lot of transformation when it comes to your relationships. And I think that you will be working on your relationships with people. And I also feel like you will be seeing a lot of people around you and not your people. And I feel like you're coming to that time where this week you're going to start noticing a lot of stuff around relationships. You're going to start understanding a lot of stuff about yourself when it comes to relationships, and you're going to understand a lot about who is around you and who needs to not be around you anymore and who you need to let go. But I feel like the overall energy for you guys for this week and the next year, cough splatter, is relationships. Like the underlining stuff for you guys is going to be about relationships. And let's just take this back to basics like I always do. Relationships always start with yourself. So your first point of call needs to be you. Are you good? Is your relationship with yourself good? You know, ask yourself these questions, because if you're not good, your relationships more than likely are not going to be good. Unless you have like your soul tribe that can see past the bullshit, your relationships will probably suffer if your relationship with yourself is suffering. And I think this week it's all about learning about your relationship with yourself and understanding about what's happening with the relationships in your life and where they're going and all that kind of juicy stuff. I'm not going to lie, I don't envy card number 3. I'll leave that all up to you. Let's see what else is happening for you guys. The 2 of Pentacles and then the 10 of Wands. Yeah, so I definitely feel like this week is going to be finding that balance with yourself. I really feel like this is, start at the basis, number 1, yourself. And I feel like emotionally, when the subject of partners come up, really, it doesn't have to be a life partner. It could be a friend. It could be family. It's not specific to like love relationships. It's everybody. And I think that emotionally, when it comes to like 90% of your relationships, you're very unsure. Like I'm always drawn to these unsettled waters in the background when it comes to the 2 of Pentacles. And it's very like all over the place. It's like very up and down. And I feel like that's how most of your relationships have been working out at the moment. And it's kind of led you to turn into the 10 of Wands. And even though for me, the 10 of Wands is just a man carrying a lot of shit, he's also very close to home. So even though you guys may feel like your relationships are suffering, just know this. They may be suffering now, but once you do the work and you get the understanding behind what's happening, You will literally be home. Like, if you haven't already found your soul tribe and you haven't already found your soulmate, twin flame, life partner, you will. And you will very soon. But for this week, your focus is you, your relationship with you, and the relationships that you have with others, and understanding it on a deeper level. But again, I'm going to keep bringing it back to you, because this is where it stems from, right? You have to be right first. You have to understand yourself before you can start really trying to, like, you know, be out there with all your fingers in the pies. You need to understand your relationship with yourself first. You need to understand your fears, your boundaries, your foundations. You need to understand that. And then you unlock other doors. It's like a whole, we could be here for like friggin' days. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. But let me sum it up. For you guys, this week, your focus is your relationships. It's finding balance in yourself, finding balance in your relationships. And then it's, sorry, my throat. And then it's understanding that, yeah, it's a lot to carry at the moment. It is a lot to carry at the moment, because emotionally you're all over the place. But in the background you have your home. Like, this is just a part of the journey. This is just a part of understanding. This is a part of the ups and downs of life, you know. But even though this week may be intense relationship wise, it's not going to be that way for long, because you're literally just steps away from your happy place, your home, your comfort zone, you know. So guys, do we have any signs here? No, not specifically. I hope that resonated with you guys anyway. This is my new deck, by the way. Sorry, I don't know if you're still here, but my soul sister literally gifted me this deck this week, and I'm absolutely in love with it, mainly because I'm trying to understand more about like the houses and the planets and all that kind of stuff. But the energy of these cards, it just feels like it's an extension of my hand. To me, it doesn't even matter about the pictures or the words or anything. It's just the energy. Maybe it's just my energy. Who knows, right? I just love these cards. They literally feel like an extension of me. So I'm going to hopefully be using them a little bit more, so I can at least try and understand the houses and the planets and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, guys, I'm just rambling and talking a load of fluff at the moment. So I'm going to go, and I hope you enjoyed your weekly reading, and I hope some of this resonated, or I hope all of it resonated with you. Let me know in the comments section below. I'll be happy to know what's going on with you guys. I want to know how you're feeling on the build up to Cancer season, because I think we're in Cancer season now. Gemini season was my season. Cancer season, I'm a bit like, okay, I get it's about self-healing and, you know, healing full stop. But can we just have Gemini season, you know, skip Cancer season and then go straight into Leo? That's my, yeah, I'm going to go on that note. Let me know how you guys are doing. I'll speak to you later. Bye.